Alright, this is a weekly reading for Leo, and your two songs for the week are going to be the Marvelettes with Please Mr. Postman and OneRepublic with Counting Stars. So there's going to be a little bit of delay, or you're waiting for something, or something's being sent to you that you're waiting on. So there could be also an important message that needs to be either said to somebody else or being said to you. So there's something there. So let's start off the reading with the first question, which is your week as a whole, which is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So the bad side of the coin: defeat, bad luck, unexpected tragedy, and detrimental outside forces. I'm kind of getting a person's name, but it's kind of like the first letter's covered up, but it's kind of like an Abby, or, it might be Gabby. I don't know. Some people, they might know a Gabrielle, or a person with, something that, starts off with that, or that they're associated with somebody with the name Gabby. But, yeah, there's some information coming from that. There's also a Sally, a Sue, a Lindsay, Lisa, Sarah, also somebody's secretary. I didn't get the secretary's name, unfortunately. But, yeah, there's some type of message that comes to you through those sources. Could be also a receptionist, too. But I do feel like this week is kind of going to be based on some type of either I feel like it's a mentor or teacher. I'm really gonna put that out there. But it could be a lesson you need to learn, or it's kind of a new thing that's kind of becoming more substantial as time goes on. So it might also be a lawsuit. So don't quote me on that. I don't know, but it's kind of on that level basis, where there's either going to be a teacher, a lesson, or something. So be aware of that. Alright, so number 2, something unexpected that will arise. Let's see. The Hermit. So, attempting to know oneself, inner strength, deception, a withdrawal from a fight, infinite patience, caution. Sometimes a card represents insecurity, hypocrisy, withholding emotion, secrecy, fear of discovery, unused knowledge that would help somebody else. So like I said, there's a delay in a message. So I feel like it's on somebody else's part, or it's on your part. So there's something that's, just being postponed, or not really being talked about due to embarrassment or fear of rejection. So there could be a lot of that going on. So I'm getting like a Dustin or a Justin. So it's Dustin, Justin, Trustin, whatever. But it's something that rhymes with Dustin or Justin or Trustin, like American Money, I guess. So there's some type of thing going on there. And then we have number 3. So how can you stay grounded and balanced? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. So, artificial, fraud, or bearing of false news. So there could be somebody who's kind of trying to make themselves feel better, or saying stuff in order to kind of boost their own self-esteem by telling people about false information. It could be you or somebody else. But I do feel on your part it is kind of something that's not really written in stone yet, that you might be passing around as true fact or true explanation or assumption. as fact. So it could be something like that too. Alright, so we have important emotion you will feel this week. We have the Sun. So satisfaction, accomplishment, and success, love and friendship, reveling in the pleasures of life, freedom from boredom, happiness, new and old friends, warmth, trust, and artistic achievement. So there might be some type of creative output or outlook that it seems to be very profitable around this moment in time. So you might be kind of celebrating that prematurely. So there might be something there. So if you're an artist, I feel like there might be some word or some nomination or something that might be going around. So could be in your community, local area, or on the wider scale that you might be rewarded for, but it's not written in stone, and you might be prematurely celebrating or something. So it's not yet said, but it could be in the near future. Okay, so we have number 5. So something that will inspire you. We have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, a man set apart, often a ruler, courage and face in a contemplative world. So it might be contemplating something. Great riches and magnificent structure, but not appreciated. So you might have gotten your money in a weird way, or you fell upon it, or you were given it under inheritance, trust, or grant. Some people might be a little bit, or it just might be jealousy also, where people are kind of a little bit iffy about, your moral standing, which happens to a lot of other signs, usually fire signs, but also earth signs. So it's not like it's not just based upon you, Leo. I know a lot of this stuff, it was hard coming, and it was just, a cycle of misfortune here and there, or bad news, or people, just doing stuff against you for whatever reason. But yeah, usually people go for like friends of people that have caused different things, and it could be a bit of a hassle. So you might be an influencer that's kind of facing a lot of stuff right now that's a little bit much. It's out of left field for a lot of you, but a lot of you were either participating or around in that vicinity at the time. So there might be some word about that, and there also could be just that you're affiliated with somebody who's doing the wrong thing. So it could be that too. So let's see. Alright, so we have number 6. So how your spirit guides speak to you this week. The Ace of Wands. The beginning of all things, life, love, family, business, the start of a new adventure, a meaningful experience, inheritance, or fortune, home. So there's going to be a point where with your spirit guides, they'll be pulling you to a more comfortable area. It could be your home, it could be family, it could be a different place entirely, but it has that familiarity from like childhood or nostalgia, So it kind of feels more of like a hollow ground, I feel. So you might be going back to a place of your childhood or the house where you lived when you were a child, just to look at memories, or to, just have a moment to yourself, But you could also be visiting family or friends or just people in that area too. So reminiscing on old times. Okay, so number 7, we have how to best support yourself this week. We have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is complexity of deeds or decisions, trickery, and intense involvement. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. There could be a lot of self-serving people, I would say, that kind of do like a bait and trap, I would say. So there's that also. I had to fix my camera, so I have a lot of these little stickers around because I was testing my glue. I thought I threw them all out, so that's what was there if anybody asks. But yeah, my camera snapped in half in the middle of me doing this, so I had to stop for a few days and glue it back together. But I do feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are self-serving or people that are trying to either hurt you in some way or hold you accountable for things that you may have done or may have not have done, or you might have been associated with a person that did these things. So it's one of those type things. My cats have been fighting for the past couple days too, so there might be a fight amongst friends also. Alright, so we have seeking a teacher, and we also have new age. So there's probably going to be a rebirth in your situation, or there might be a mentor or a teacher that you had in the past that you're reconnecting with that is kind of giving you lessons that you may have not learned back in time, but you might need now, if that makes sense. If you need that information, that's that information. But if it doesn't make sense to you now, it might make sense to you when you meet up with this teacher or mentor. So this teacher or mentor could be very prolific in what they say and what they do. They could also be a little bit eccentric, I would say, because I keep like lifting my pinky while I'm reading. Like my pinky keeps going up like this. And my pinky only does that when I'm trying to be fancy. But yeah, you could be kind of connecting with somebody who's a little eccentric or a little bit of like a drama person. You know, they kind of say and do things that are a little bit out of the ordinary, but kind of reach the point. You know what I mean? But you know, it's not a bad thing. Some people that are eccentric give really good advice. You know. Anyway, Leo, hopefully this helped you out in some way, shape, or form. I do feel like you're going to need a lot of advice from people around you, people that you've had in your past, and just try to reconnect with your younger self. I feel like this is childhood trauma. That you might, it's not like bad trauma. It could just be that a lot of lessons that you should have learned back then, you're rediscovering now that you probably need to learn in order to kind of reevaluate where you are in life or what you're doing for a career or something like that. I don't know. But it has something to do with pinpointing like difficulties and stuff in your past. And you can solve those things now by resolving what you're going through at this moment. So, Leo, I understand it's very cryptic right now, but I feel like if you're going through a lot of things right now, it could be actually the perfect medicine to go back and be nostalgic. Okay? Like I said, my cats are fighting again. Anyway, so hopefully this helps you out in some way, shape, or form, or gives you guidance on what to be looking for. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's stuff that you're just going through in order to make sense of everything. And, you know, it might be hard at times to pinpoint everything in a proper order or anything. But I feel once you kind of make sense of everything and try to actually pull through it, I feel like it's going to be fine. Usually, I don't really like diving deep into people's psyches, but, you know, I do feel like it has to do with that, you know. maybe something that was at a loss or something that was unrefined as a kid that you kind of have to rediscover. But, it's all good. I just feel like it's just a lesson that you need to relearn, which isn't a bad thing. Usually, you're always learning stuff about yourself. Okay? Anyway, I will see you in the next reading. If you like this reading, subscribe. If you just like it, it also helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Usually I find people like my readings for guidance purposes only, and they don't subscribe, which is fine with me. I don't really need the subscription, but it's good to have a few followers. It's not bad. Anyway, I will see you in the next reading, and hopefully, Leo, you can resolve some stuff and kind of come to terms with a lot of things. I feel like it might be a learning experience for you this week. Alright? Anyway, I will see you in the next reading. Later.